Right, here we go. Back again. Alright, and tonight I wanted to cover the possibility of a second wave. And I say a possibility, but if you ask me, it's a certainty. And yeah, it's coming. And the question is, will there be a second wave? And like I said, if you ask me, the answer is yes, unfortunately for us. And this is from 1 month ago in Made for Minds. Coronavirus, when will the second wave of infections hit? Right, so not if, but when, right? And it says, as people around the world emerge from lockdown, the World Health Organization has warned that the coronavirus may never go away. Concerns are growing about a second wave of infections and perhaps a third. Right, so not only will there be a second wave, but yeah, this is coming again and again for sure. And this is from 1 day ago. Statisticians look toward second wave of COVID-19. And yeah, that's from, I believe it's NBC News 5, right? And they say that these statisticians predict an increase in case numbers, but say people can change their behaviours to minimise the trend, right? So it's down to us to change our lives completely. Great stuff. And this is from The Guardian 6 days ago. Lockdown may return if there is a second wave, says Italian medical chief. Happy days, right? That's coming out of Italy. We had this as well from 6 days ago. Nursing Times, lessons to learn for a second wave of COVID-19. Right, so as we speak, lessons are being learnt. Right, and we'll touch on that again. This again also 6 days ago. Second wave of COVID-19 will be like going back to war. And that's from expressandstar.com. Great stuff, sounds great. And from them again 5 days ago. Medics fear second wave of COVID-19 across the West Midlands. Right, so lots of medics saying that they fear a second wave by the sounds of it. From the Times 5 days ago, coronavirus in Ireland, second wave is guaranteed, says shocked expert. Right, so it must be true, because the Times is telling us that this is coming from an expert, of course. And it says the accelerated lifting of COVID-19 restrictions will hasten a second wave of the virus, a pandemic expert has said, right? So, you can see where it's heading, really. And yeah, it's pretty clear. And this is from BBC News 5 days ago. Coronavirus fully reopening schools could cause second wave. Oh dear, but they're opening the schools anyway, so it's coming, because like always, the government will get it wrong and the experts will be right. And this is coming from the Times 3 days ago, and it says, is a second wave of coronavirus infections inevitable? Question mark. And yeah, like I said, well, going by what's in the media, yeah, for sure, it's coming. October is my prediction. And this is from Euronews 3 days ago. Protests could lead to a second wave of coronavirus infections, experts say. So yeah, it must be true. And yeah, the sheep walked right into that one, didn't they? And this is from 2 days ago. The BMJ, COVID-19, risk of second wave is very real, say researchers. So it's not just medics and experts, it's researchers as well. And this is from 2 days ago. How preparations are underway for a second wave of coronavirus in Croydon. So yeah, cities are actually now starting to build paths that can accommodate for things like social distancing. So yeah, it's coming again, that's for sure. And this is from The Guardian 2 days ago. And it says that number 10 must regain public's trust to avoid second wave. Scientists warn. Right, so yeah, you can also add scientists to the growing list of experts who warn of a second wave. And 2 days ago, Lincolnshire Live, teachers fear second wave after 10 schools report virus cases in Lincolnshire. So you can also now add teachers to the list. And this is from the Irish Times 1 day ago. PPE stockpiled in case of second wave of COVID-19. So yeah, people are getting prepared and countries are now stockpiling PPE, right? And this is also 1 day ago, Bloomberg, our buddies, Economy News, OECD sees virus damage and warns of second wave. Yep, it's coming. This is from News and Star. Dumped sick horses, crisis could see second wave, says RSPCA. So yeah, you can also now add the RSPCA to the growing list of second wave predictors. How great. I mean, yeah, what would they know? But there you go. This is also from 1 day ago, and it says India among 15 countries where lifting lockdown can lead to second wave of coronavirus. So that means no lifting of the lockdown next time round. And this is also outside the UK. Romania is preparing for a second wave of COVID-19 and it's emergency, and that's from 1 day ago also. And this is also getting closer now to the very latest. Second wave of COVID-19 emerges in US as states reopen, and that's coming out of Bloomberg, and it's 22 hours ago as I report this. This is from Bay Today 20 hours ago. We're looking at a second wave, and that's from a medical officer of health, so you can add him to the list now as well. 19 hours ago, CNBC, Dow plunges more than 800 points on worries of second coronavirus wave. Yep, so even the markets, you can add them now as well. And this is 13 hours ago. Coronavirus Isle of Wight Council makes plans for second wave. Yep, so like other places in the UK, they are preparing for it, that's for sure. This is 10 hours ago. Professor Whitty's warning over second wave of coronavirus in winter. So yeah, even this year we could see the second wave, and I reckon we will. 8 hours ago, ABC News, tsunami or ripple, forecasting the second wave of coronavirus. What's it going to be like? Is it going to be mild, or is it going to be 10 times worse? Yahoo Finance 7 hours ago, second wave emerges in US. Right, so they're basically already reporting it, and this was just today from Yahoo News. 6 hours ago, Market Watch, yes, America needs to brace itself for a second wave of coronavirus. What a surprise. And this is from our buddies at Market Watch, of course. And from Reuters 3 hours ago, earlier coronavirus second wave feared in Europe after mass protests. And like I said, yeah, that was a massive honey trap, obviously. And 3 hours ago, CTV News, fearing a second wave healthcare workers want masks to be mandatory. Of course they do. What a surprise that is, right? And yeah, you can add them to the list as well. This is from the Republic 2 hours ago. Second wave of coronavirus could be far deadlier if it follows same pattern as previous. So again, like I have said before, next time round, the second wave or the second punch, if you like, it could be 10 times worse. That's what they could say. And this is from our buddies at the Economist 1 hour ago. The Middle East is fighting a second wave of COVID-19. Right, so there you go. And I had a read of this, and it says that the Middle East is fighting a second wave of COVID-19. Countries that thought they beat the coronavirus discover they have not. Right? Surprise, surprise. And I remember actually in one of my other videos, I'm sure it was in The Economist, that they said, well, one of the reporters said, if you want to know what's coming in terms of the viruses, then look to the east. Right? So there you go. And like I said, if you ask me, my opinion is that the second wave will come for sure. And this is from today or yesterday, I think. And it's saying that earlier lockdown would have halved numbers of deaths. Right, so like I put in a post, this is basically paving the way for an immediate lockdown. As soon as they hear about a second wave, the lockdown is likely to be immediate. And because they are now in a fast release of lockdown, and when the second wave comes, they will blame it on that as well. So if the lockdown comes again, we won't be getting out of it anytime soon, that's for sure. And yeah, that's my opinion at least, going by what I've seen and by what I can gather, of course. And obviously going by also the government's track record, because they're criminals. The whole lot of them, they're absolutely fucking useless. Every single one of them, especially the ones at the top. Local MPs, they don't really understand, but people like this guy, Boris Johnson, he should be done for treason. And it's people like him that should be wearing a mask. And by mask I mean a balaclava, because that's what he is, a criminal, straight up. It's as simple as that. Blinded by greed, of course, hence why he's a multi-millionaire and cut from the cloth of multi-millionaires, of course. That's how they get there. People like me and you, we would have no chance, of course, because as well, we've got a heart and we do actually care. But yeah, there you go. Anyway, that's my wee bit on the second wave. And I will be back tomorrow, definitely tomorrow, for the Friday fix. And yeah, that is jammed packed with stuff as well. It's been another crazy week in this crazy world. It really is something else. So that is about it. Bye bye.